I haven't made I haven't made a YouTube video in so long. This kind of feels weird, but I'm just gonna get into it. You were made for more. You were made for a whole lot more than the majority of what you were taught. You've been taught, you've learned, you've observed. And it's crazy. And it's actually insane. So, our lives are essentially determined and the reflection of our subconscious mind. The thing about the subconscious mind is you may not know what's in there because it's not the conscious mind. But I can tell you what is in there without even knowing you. It's all beliefs, thoughts, ways of living, ways of thinking, habits that you've accumulated, that you've absorbed from your parents, from anyone you grew up with, your environment, from how you may have perceived any life altering or just really impactful, really emotional, just really powerful experiences in your lifetime from the age of 0 to 7, but it could be even past that, 14, it could be even 18, like just any experience, any really impactful, powerful, memorable time, positive or negative. So based off these experiences, these perspectives, and how you decide to believe or to not believe them, because it's all from whatever you're getting out here. Based off of that, you now have your own subconscious beliefs, perspectives, assumptions, and with that, you then attract experiences from that place. There's neuroscience behind it, quantum physics. You can look into that. Joe Dispenza, he's a doctor, talks about it, and many people. But yeah, so all to say, I want to make this a brief one. All to say, whatever you're currently thinking, you have to do, you're allowed to do, is your path. It could be or it could not be. Because depending on if you're only, okay, so you have naturally basic needs and authentic needs. The basic needs to survive that your being has: water, shelter, food. Your authentic needs are, when you're a kid, I want to be pony, or I want to have a pony. I want to be a princess. I want to do this. I want to be in this creative field. The thing is, with growing up, by the time a lot of people get into adulthood, they've ignored, they've suppressed their authentic needs, and so they then do that to their children as well. So depending if you grew up with your parents maybe only catering to the basic needs and not the authentic needs, you may now think, my authentic needs don't matter. But that's not true. They overly matter. That's why you have them. Those like innate desires are there for a reason, are there so you can bring them into fruition, into light, if you so choose or please. And it's just crazy because it's it's very backwards from what we're taught. It's almost like society treats these authentic needs, desires as like, if you could accomplish these and have spare time to do this hobby, that's a little sprinkle on top, but really just focus on the water and the shelter. Hey, you can have both. You can have an abundance of both. Be so taken care of basically, physically, nutritionally, that's not a word, but girl, I say it's a word, so it's a word. Like, even something like that, these concepts that we've created, we take a lot of it too as the exact and the only truth and the only way, and we just run with it. For example, what I'm holding right now to record myself is a phone, right? It's a phone because someone along the lines, someone whoever created this concept, right, called it a phone. However it came up, maybe it was the other person, maybe someone else named it for them, I don't know. Someone decided that this is called a phone, and so we all just joined that way of thinking. This is called a phone. This device that has the exact same functions could easily be called blue, but we all collectively understand blue to be a color that is a certain look and not a physical thing. But that could also easily have been changed. Someone just decided it, and so it shall be, and so it was. All that to say, we take a lot of things, and you're probably taking a lot of things, concepts, belief patterns right now in your life as true and fact, whereas 9 times out of 10, they just came from somebody else. And then someone said that they were true, or like that was the only way or something. And then several people from then were like, yeah, this is what it is. There's no other way around it. But that's not true. There's infinite ways around it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Give y'all another real life example. Someone that felt awkward and uncomfortable and associated that as a bad feeling decided that, okay, when people look at you, or decide that you don't do things that you don't see other people doing, or you don't do something like this, talk to a phone and record while other people are looking. You could do it in your own private seat in your room, but don't do it in public. People can think you're weird, or people could think this and this. Someone decided that because they felt odd or awkward because someone made them feel that way, and they decided that this feeling is true, and then passed that feeling on to other people. But that's not true unless you say it is. Why is it weird that I'm recording myself? Why would it be weird all of a sudden because someone's witnessing it? Because if it wouldn't be if I was just in my room alone doing it. So why is it now weird because someone's witnessing? So that's why I didn't put my camera down, because why would I? In the past I would have. But yeah, I think a big life-changing thing will be for everybody, and it is for me, and I ongoing do this. That voice that creeps up that tells you when you're doing something that's not necessarily the norm, but you know it's not negative or bad, it tells you don't do it, don't listen. Because the more you don't listen to that, the more you will increase your self-confidence, self-concepts, and the freer you'll experience life. On top of recognizing what I just talked about, what concepts and belief systems and perceptions are truly yours, and what are the ones you've absorbed over time that are your parents, that are your teachers, that are your coaches, and decide, like, maybe let me spend some time with myself and undo that and separate from this, because this isn't me. I don't want to continue living my life with them in my mind. I want to live my life with me in my mind. So I did not plan on making this, but I've been like having whispers recently, making a YouTube video, and I keep thinking, well, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? But like, this is my jam. That's why I've done YouTube, and I've stopped, and I've done it, and I've stopped like 3-4 times now. Yeah. And I like this video. I like the way I feel. I like this vibe too, with the phone and not like a professional camera. But I hope I helped somebody. I trust that I did. And I'm happy for you, and I'm happy for me.